Hey there everybody, T-shirt booth here for gshelper.com, and this is video number 1 of So You Want to Make a Boggle Game. So I'm going to walk you through the steps on how to make a Boggle type game. It's going to be a little more difficult for me because I usually just plan a short video, but I've never made a Boggle game before, so as I go, we'll be learning together. So sometimes I may tell you to do something, and then we'll figure out later that probably wasn't the best, and then have to change it up a little bit. And that's just the nature of making something so big into a video, because I don't want to have to, do 3 minutes of a video and then figure out that I screwed up and have to start all over again. So bear with me, and we'll get through it and see how it goes. Now, the first thing we're going to want to do is go to gshelper.com, and you're going to want to look for the 6,000 word checker free demo, because we're going to start the game off with this project file, since how most of the hard stuff is done already in here, and that's checking the words. So just head on over here. It's free. Download the file here, and then open it up, and we'll start with that project. I already have, at least I thought I did, already had the project open. There we do. Okay, so when you open the project, it's going to look like this. First thing we're going to do is delete both things on the scene here. And we're going to go into scene. And I usually always do this. Even though I only need this size for the scene, I actually go and make it either higher or wider. In this case, I'm going to go higher. And we're going to go 640, so it's double. And that's just so I have space out of the way that I can put things and then call on them later and stuff like that. Don't even know if we need it, but I always do it just in case. It doesn't hurt anything, the user doesn't see it, and it's pretty handy. So we have that. Now I have a display text here. We're not going to need this. Let's just delete that one. And we'll go into the word checker. And we're not going to need, when touch is pressed, check word. We can delete that, and we can delete the display text. So all we're going to be left with is the conditions here, and then the game, is it a word, and is it a word to 0. So that's it. That's the bare bones of what we have here. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a table. So I'm going to hit home, go into tables, and hit the plus sign and add a new table. And we're going to call this letters. And at the very beginning, I'm going to put TB for table, so I know when I'm calling on it, it's the table. We're going to go in here, and we're going to need, I think I worked it out to about 44 columns. So I'm going to go 44 here. Oop, and hit enter. Now we need all these to be text columns. So rather than select and stuff like that, let's just hit export CSV. We'll call it letters, save it, and then hit import CSV. We'll open up the letters, and then now it'll say, what are they? We say text, import, boom, it changed them all to text. So that saved us a crap load of work. Okay, so the very first one, these are going to be our letters. And I've gone to, you could choose your letters yourself, but I've gone to letter frequency in the English language. So from most common to least common letter in the alphabet. And we could just go 26 letters and have it pick randomly, but then you're going to get a lot of letters you probably don't use as often to make your words. So you'll have less words to make. So we're going to make an even balance here. So you could do it any way you want. I've already, come up with a predetermined. So I'm going to do E, tab, T, tab, T, tab, A, tab 0, or sorry, O, tab I. Oh, I missed one here. Let's go over here. I, N, S, R, H, L, D, C, M, F, P, G, and then we're only going to do one of W, Y, B, V, K, X, J. Now for Q, we're going to do QU, because you have to have the U for the Q. Tab Z. Okay, so for the most common stuff, we have 2 of each. And then for the least common letters, we just have 1 of each. Okay? So that seems about right. We have 41 lines here, or rows here, columns. So I'm just going to change this to 41, hit enter. So now it stops at 41. So I have 1 row, and again it's E, E, T, T, A, A, O, O, U, I, I, N, N, S, S, R, R, H, H, L, L, D, D, C, C, M, M, F, F, P, P, G, G, W, Y, B, V, K, X, J, Q, U, and Z. So that's pretty much it for that. I'm going to go File, Save As, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Desktop, Create New, we'll call this Boggle, hit OK, and we'll call this Boggle 1, and I'm going to save. So now we have our predetermined letters. So I'm going to hit Home, go into Scene, open that scene up. I don't like the black here, so I'm going to go into Scene, and I'm just going to change this to a bluish color here. Something that's not too hard on the eyes. That seems good. Go back into Game, and I'm going to create a new actor, and we'll call this Letter. I'm going to go into this actor, and I'm going to change the size of it to 50 by 50. We're going to go into Physics. We're going to uncheck Movable. And we're unchecking Movable because if we leave it checked Movable, it takes up a lot of processing power. Because the iPhone is always going to look to see if that actor is moving. So again, if you have like 25 of these actors, it's a lot of processing when you don't need it because these actors aren't going to move. So we just don't want to uncheck that. I'm going to give it a color, kind of yellowish color. Hit back for now. Now we want to bring this onto the scene here. And I'm just going to drag it somewhere about here. I'm going to double click on it. And I just want to make sure I'm on an even number. So for the X, I'm going to go round up. I'll go 440. And for the Y, I'll just go 40. I'm going to hit back, and I guess the next thing we need to do is we actually need to lay out our tiles. I'm not going to sit here and record while I'm laying out all these tiles. I'm actually going to pause this video, and we're going to come back in a video 2, and I'll already have my tiles laid out, and we're doing a 5 by 5 grid. So you're going to want to grab another tile here, put a little tiny space in between it. And so we're going to do 5 by 5. So when we see you in the next video, I want you to already have that done. And I'll talk to you soon, guys.